Hi, my name is Denise Smith, and my daughter's name is Shae. I'm a proud mom of my 7th grader who is now a poet and has had several publishings. Let's see, 3 to be specific. Well, one thing I pride myself on, I taught my daughter to have the wherewithal, never to give up, keep trying, to have a great imagination, have a keen sense of her surroundings, to pay attention. What nobody knows, my daughter was actually in early intervention at the age of 2 and had several developmental delays. With aggressive therapies, here we are. My daughter has a speech impediment, which is a stutter, very severe stutter. So to watch her shine when she was doing her poem and not stutter once was a huge accomplishment. So watching the milestones that she's overcome over the years to where she is now and how proud she is of herself, not to mention how proud we are of her and how we are the wind beneath her, going push, go on, climb, go higher, go higher. And as you can see, there's a great turnout, even though it's only your child and one parent, but everybody is so proud of her that she's finally found her niche, which is poetry. She aspires to be like Maya Angelou and would like to meet her one day. Now, I don't know if that's possible, but that's something that we would love to see. She has written several poems about Maya Angelou, and one was actually sent to her. So I must say I'm very, very proud of her and that she has come so far, that she no longer has that label of being a special ed, but actually a quote-unquote average, but now above average student. Because I call it having the diamond in the rough. Each child has, and they are able to come forth with their own little thing that they want to add to this world. We don't know what it is. Because some children may seem very dormant, very laid back, but we would never know. But with poetry, we get to see a lot of things, what's inside, what's going on, how creative a child is, and maybe this is their moment where they can shine and be who they are. So I would say I commend my daughter's teacher and her principal for saying, you know what, go forth, go ahead. And they support her 100% in every aspect of her education. And I'm gonna say she has a team of cheerleaders all the way up. So we're looking forward to it. I heard that her poem was submitted. As a matter of fact, when she wrote the poem, it was right after the storm. I'm a nurse, and I was stuck at work for about 3 days. I wasn't able to get back home, and she was home with her dad and her cousins and her brother, and she kind of, kept abreast of whatever little bit she saw in the news with what's going on, the elements in her surrounding. So it had a pretty, great impact on her. She's very sympathetic. Her school also had a fundraising to give to the charity of Hurricane Sandy. So she wrote the poem on her own independently, and then that poem was submitted to the competition. I didn't know of it until she sent me a picture of herself holding the book and money, and I was hysterical. I said, oh my God, you won. And she brought it home, and it was brand new bills. She was so, so proud, and she said to me, Mom, what should I do with this? And I said, I'll leave that up to you. But what I would do with it, I would do something with it that I would be very proud of myself and my accomplishment, and something that you could have tangible to see for years to come. And she says, okay. So she tucked her money away and she saved it up and she did errands and chores and different little accomplishments, and she got enough money together and she bought an iPhone. She had one previously and it got wet, and we were like not replacing that one because they're very expensive. So she saved her money, she worked really hard, and she bought herself an iPhone. Her father is one of her biggest supporters along with myself. He's not a public speaker, he's not one to be in the limelight, but when he found out that she now writes, he is so proud. He drives around with her little publishers and her books and all that in his car, and he shows everyone. Every event that has ever taken place where my daughter had to see a poem, he would miss a day from work. And for the first time at the graduation at her school, she said a poem dedicated to the graduate. And I looked right to the right of me, my husband was sitting there, and the tears welled up in his eyes, and he's not a very emotional person. He doesn't really cry. So I was touched by that. To see her in front of a crowd of probably 250 people, the child who had a speech impediment, that was able to stand up and say all that.